What's up, weekend warriors? Hope you're having fun out there. Man, it's been a long work week. So we've been grinding every single day, doing everything we can so we can do the things that we love to do on the weekends. And of course, I love my job, love everything I do, but man, now we get to have some fun. So welcome. It is Labor Day weekend. What we're gonna do today, what we've got in store for you today, some food plots. We're gonna get ready for whitetail deer season. So we're gonna put in some late food plots. Here in the Midwest, typically people are planting much earlier than this. Even early August is typically when most folks here in the Midwest are planting in Missouri your fall food plots. That being said, it has been in August from HE double hockey stick. So it has been over 100 degrees almost every day. This week has been pretty cool. It's even gotten down into the 70s, which is really awesome at nighttime. With it being so hot, almost zero precipitation, no rain, we need to get some seed in the ground. So with it being almost September, August 30th today, we need to get some seed in the ground. So we mowed late last weekend, super dusty, really nasty. I assume that's what it's gonna be today, but we're gonna get about 2 acres worth of tilling done. Might go ahead and plant some seed. I picked up some seed at the store, till up some ground here, and I love doing this for the wildlife, the deer, the turkey, the rabbits, the wild birds that come in. I almost enjoy prepping the land and the ground and going out and sitting in a stand watching them more than I do shooting them. Call me weird, I don't know. It's my place of zen, being able to go out in the woods and just enjoy the outdoors, enjoy the nature. I just love the journey. We're pulling into to the lease right now and start hooking it up and going. Stay tuned. All right, got the trailer. Headed down to get the tiller hooked up. Got the John Deere iMatch. Stand set up here right across the road for this little hidey hole food plot. Man, got a lot done. So we'll let me turn this thing around. So a lot of really good stuff here. As you can see, this is a main road that goes all the way up the hill to that top field, and then the house up there. But what we got here is this little hidey hole food plot down here on the edges here. We're gonna plant some good yummy stuff all the way up the edges. Right up here we've got a little pumpkin patch, and then it almost looked like we've got a little maze up there. You'll see that here in a minute, but down here in this little hidey hole, this thing is going to look really, really nice. You can see how beautiful it looks here in this cover and the trees. Down here at the bottom, we've got a little creek bed that comes through, and so the deer kind of jump in. I made a little path for them as we come through, and they jump that fence right there onto the property, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then depending on the wind and what they're in the mood for, they'll come down in here. We'll have clovers and radishes and turnips and, you know, small little plot in these trees here. And then up here we'll have nice big clover field. We'll plant a variety of stuff up in there. And as we kind of come in here, it really opens up. So they've got some cover when they come across the fence. And I cleared a little path out right there where they can hop to. But depending on who's hunting with me, what the wind's doing, I've got that ground blind, permanent ground blind stand set up. Made that about 6-7 years ago. That looks really nice. But just inset here on this side, I've got a tree stand we're going to put up so we can hit on this side of the field and that side of the field. So as we walk around, we can see it opens up to this side as well. I'm not sure what kind of plant this is. If anyone knows, drop a comment and let me know, but they're flowering really, really nice. So they look really pretty. But that's what was in here when we had tilled this up in the spring and tried to do a little soybean, and it just didn't take. But you can see we've got the little rabbit hole there. We get tons of rabbits up in there. That's where we've been putting all our dead trees and just haul them into the middle of there, and it has blown up. At one point we burned it, and you can see all those white flowers in the middle there. Looks really good, but then these, I don't know what it is, but it looks really nice with the flowers, and get a ton of rabbits and birds and good wildlife in here. But around it looks really nice. And as far as soil goes, you can see it's got a pretty good consistency there. A lot of that old grass will break down, but not too bad. Should be some good soil to plant in. Could probably go through it once or twice more to really get that to mix up there, but overall looks really nice. And then give the deer a couple ways to come through, whether they come through the north side or the south side here. They can cut down this path here, and there'll be some good food in here that they can kind of graze on. But this kind of gives them cover with the trees, with the tall section here. It's about 4 to 5 feet high, so it gives them some cover just to feel safe to graze in here. Might even bed in some of these little tree plots here. So just got to be careful coming up, but it does give them quite a bit of cover to feel like they can walk through, graze through here. And it looks really nice. You can see how dusty it is, which is a great time to till. But we'll plant some really good greens in here for them. Clovers, turnips, radishes, some brassicas, some good fall plots. And then it gives them a little maze to kind of cut through, and gives them a couple of the different paths to cut through. But it's all going to come down to this one little pinch point right here. And we did a little pumpkin patch. So the pumpkin patch looks really nice. Planted a bunch of little stuff in there. We didn't do great on pumpkins. This is our first time growing pumpkins, but we got a couple in there, which look kind of cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, man, maybe about 8 to 10 pumpkins in there, which looks really good. Put a nice little stand back up in there with a pinch point coming down to the bottom of that creek. And then it all funnels right down here to this front. So having a stand, getting a shot over here would be really nice coming down. And then you can see we tilled up this little area as well. And so depending on the wind, the mood, the weather, there's all kinds of different places to put a stand just within this, oh, I don't know, small 10-acre area. You could put a couple stands in good places. You just don't want to hunt it every day because you'll blow them out. But it brings it to a nice couple of pinch points there. One up here, one up there, and then one at the bottom. But everything funnels down to the center of that creek, and then there's 2 or 3 paths that they take up that hill to that main destination plot where we'll put a ton of really good stuff. We'll leave that stand here tonight and take that and put it up at the very top by that permanent stand. But boy, does it look good down here. Love it with it opened up. At one point, this was just tons of honeysuckle, really overgrown, but looks nice. Gives them cover down in this bottom, makes them feel good, but still opens up enough. And then you saw a spot from where they were, where we recorded at for this tree stand. So let me hop up in here and show you what it looks like. So here's the view from the tree stand. We're about, I would say, 18 feet in the air. We'll do a little bit of trimming, but looks really good there, coming around. Definitely have some shooting lanes. One here, one right in the middle. We do need to trim a couple of these branches right here, and then we'll have a shooting lane down in here. But I like it because we get the visibility of all those upper fields. And you can see through the trees anything coming through. But oftentimes they'll walk just up to the right here and walk their way up to that creek, all the way up there. But really nice looking stand here. Gonna have a lot of food, a lot of deer hanging around. Really enjoying this area.